Hello YouTube, just want to talk to you today about something that's been on my mind. And I've read a lot lately about the concern that a lot of our high-ranking military leaders have concerning a possible EMP attack on America. If you don't know what that is, it's an electromagnetic pulse. In any country with nuclear weapon capabilities already has the technology to do that, and simply all it would take would be to launch a nuclear missile 30 kilometers up in our atmosphere, somewhere out in the middle of the country, or over Nebraska, Kansas, somewhere in that range. And the blast, the pulse that the blast would create, would wipe out everything electronic, and I mean everything. Now, if you think that's far-fetched, watch the television show. It's the new series Revolution. Revolution's based on a post-apocalyptic America 13 years after an EMP attack. Now, you watch that show, there's no electricity, there's no technology, there are no cell phones, there's no running water. That's right, no running water. And I want to talk about that just a little bit, but I read a report yesterday that a scientist said that if America suffered an EMP attack, within 1 year, 1/3 of our population would die of starvation and disease. That is startling. That's scary. It's especially scary when they're making television shows about it. Leaders are talking about it. Scientists are talking about it. So I just want to give you some thoughts today. Suppose something like that happened, and the electricity goes off, and you are immediately without water, just that quick. You're going to last 3 days without water. You say, well, I'll go down to the quick trip, and I'll pick up a bottle of water. No, you won't. If something like that happened, the grocery stores would be rampaged. They'd be empty in 2 hours. No, it wouldn't happen that way. If you don't make provisions, if you don't have a plan, if you don't have a survival plan to at least make it for 72 hours or a week, you really need to rethink your position on this. I have a father-in-law who lives out in the middle of Kansas. They had a big ice storm and blizzard a few years ago, and he was without water for 2 weeks. It's because he had a well, but the well's got an electric pump. Well, he didn't have water for 2 weeks. Now, if he hadn't made some provisions, nobody could have got to him because the roads weren't passable. He could have been in big trouble within 72 hours. You need to give this some thought. I'm going to enclose in the information box a link to my site where I am offering absolutely free a 5-series report on how you can just prep for some of these emergencies that could come your way. That take some simple steps to save your family. I'm not a wacko prepper. I don't have my camouflage hat on, my rifles in the back. You're not seeing that. I'm not a wacko. But I do believe in prepping for the rest of us, and you need to take some simple, basic steps, and I encourage you to ask for my report. I'm also going to include a YouTube video link to a video that just a scientist explains very well what this EMP is all about and just how devastating it could be for all of us. We need to think about it. We need to pay attention to what's going on in the world and what people are talking about and worrying about, and make provisions, make preparations. Hey, that's all I got today. Thanks for listening.